Oh yeah, here we go. Thank you for the biggest Fortnite Friday with former Congressman George Santos. Productive dialogue. Hope everyone enjoyed. Thanks for the love. Next guest will not be a political figure, probably.
Though, like, why do you
Dude, listen to this.
I mean, aren't
this
you
is so
like
good.
an AR-15 though? Like, why do you need an AR-15?
I mean, aren't you using a make-believe AR-15 in your game?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah, I understand, but again, I try to draw these parallels. Like, why do you need that in the video game?
Because it's a video game, George, and nobody's dying in a video game.
I get that. There's a dichotomy there. No, let's put it this way.
Like an AR-15 though? Like, why do you need an AR?
Do you know what's funny? Okay, as bad as this makes George Santos looks, I actually think I know what he was cooking here. Okay, hear me out. I think what he was trying to say is, okay, so it's like, why do you need an AR-15 in a video game? I think where he's trying to get to is like, well, because the AR-15 in a video game is a higher powered gun that can take out people from further away and is a better piece of equipment. Like maybe it's that. It's like, well, and then the Republican answer, or like the pro-gun answer is like, well, in real life, you might want to upgrade from your fucking classic Glock to a fucking Vandal AR-15 on your buy round so that, I don't know, you can shoot fucking deer from further away or shoot people questionably entering your property from, you know, further away. Like that's kind of the like argument. I think that actually is what he was trying to cook. I'm not saying I defend that, but it's basically saying you use an AR-15 in a game because it's a better gun and you want a better gun in real life. You know? Chat, what do you think is a reasonable, I actually have a genuine question. What do you think is a reasonable gun to own? Like, where do we, like, where would you guys draw? Like, or are you like, no one should own guns? Because I disagree with that. I think you should be able to have. You guys don't think people should be able to own a gun? Wait, really? You shouldn't be able to own a gun. Well, that's kind of crazy. I think you should be able to own a gun. Like, what the fuck? None except for people with a hunting license and strict other license, not unless you are police or military. Well, I mean, like, no. So I kind of disagree with this, right? I mean, like, but like, what if I'm living out in the wilderness in Alaska? Or not even in Alaska. What if I'm just in the wilderness in Colorado, dude? Like, I had friends growing up where they lived. It's like, yeah, I'd fucking want a gun to defend against some of the wildlife. I feel like I'm on the line of like pistol, shotgun, and rifle. Dude, Chicken Flint, dude, I see, I like this. I like what Chicken Flint said. Pistol to carry, shotgun, bro. Listen, I feel like, chat, I'm not trying to like shit on you guys, but like all of you guys who are saying none in the chat, you're the reason why like the fucking Republicans shit on the fucking liberals sometimes, okay? Because like, no one should have a gun. It's like, that's kind of fucking stupid, right? Like, come on. Like, you just can't fucking own a gun? You know, like, my bad for being you're European, right? I mean, it's working out everywhere else. It's not. What does working out mean everywhere else? Dude, there's a lot of places where I bet people wish they had a fucking gun to defend themselves. You know, like, I know this is an American take. Unfortunately, guns are baked into the culture and very fun. No, I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Someone who doesn't own a gun, like, I still think, like, I think I'm not even speaking like in the context of being an American. I am now speaking in the context of, I'll go into like a weird philosophical context of what I believe, even as an individual living in a society that has a police force and a military. Do I think that you should have some level of personal defense that could involve a firearm from like a philosophical perspective as like a right to self-determination and autonomy to defend yourself? Yeah. I just don't think it's a fucking AR-15. You know what I mean? It's probably, I mean, for me, I actually really like what that one person says. It's probably like pistols, right? Because yeah, it's more of like a self-defense against nature or in an emergency situation, you know? Smokey McDope says, I feel like people have forgotten the original purpose of the Second Amendment so we can protect ourselves if the government goes crazy. Okay, I disagree. That's why I'm saying, like, okay, I'm talking about from like a philosophical right to self-determination and like autonomy and self-preservation, like in a really weird philosophical sense, while still living in a society. There's this second argument over here that's like the fucking Constitution, and that's fucking stupid, okay? When they wrote the Constitution, they were like, hey, you need to overthrow your government. What do you need to overthrow your government? Fucking muskets. Okay? It's like, what's the military have? They have muskets and some cannons. What do you need to overthrow them? Muskets and some cannons. Nowadays, dude, like you could give everyone AR-15s and they're not going to overthrow the U.S. military. Like I could give every single person in the United States as many I could give everyone 20 AR-15s and you're not going to overthrow the United States military because you don't have fucking drones, okay? You don't have fucking Hellfire missile, fucking A-10 Warthog, F-22, fucking multiple aircraft carriers capable of toppling nations, right? I'm sorry, but like back when they wrote the Second Amendment, it was pretty fucking easy to topple a government. Like you and the boys just like, it was like, yo, we want to overthrow the guy. Yo, boys, let's get some fucking muskets and cause some chaos, right? Now it's like, like you can't just be in San Diego and be, yo, boys, you want to take one of the fucking aircraft carriers? Like, that's not going to work. Yeah, so I don't really think the Second Amendment applies anymore. I am Dutch. The regulations we have here on firearms are so strict they'd be considered not being allowed to have one. You need a separate safe for the weapon, the mag, and the ammo that are bolted to the floor. You can only transport all three separately while going to the gun range. And okay, see, I kind of did. That's like a little too much, you know? The Second Amendment protects all the other amendments. How? Custer Crud, I'm not trying to like call you out, but I feel like you just like heard someone say that sometime and you just kind of put it in here again without really thinking about it. What does that mean? The Second Amendment protects the other amendments. I mean, like, okay, if you really want to know my interpretation of the Second Amendment today, do you guys want to know how I interpret the Second Amendment today? My interpretation, if I'm the founding fathers and what that means today, is that we should have the rights to a fucking aircraft carrier. Like, we should independently as citizens be able to have fucking F-22s and aircraft carriers such that we can overthrow our government. Like, a well-regulated militia is like, we have fucking tanks. But everyone looks at that, it's like, that. Well, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, because it's fucking stupid. You know? Armed citizens are the only thing that preserves freedom. Why? Like, you know, like sometimes I feel like you're writing something like there's like an like you went to an NRA website and like the banner of the website wrote armed citizens are the only thing that preserves freedom. And you're like, yeah, that's right. Are they? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't, yeah, it's platitudes. I feel like you're writing something, but without like thinking what that means. Like, is that the only thing that preserves freedom? Like, is it? Interesting statistic. The entire 2023 Poland had 39 gun-related death attempted murders compared to 42K deaths to gun. No. Anyways, here's what I'm saying. Because on the flip, I feel like I'm fighting two different people, right? I feel like I'm fighting like the fucking like, yo, everyone should have fucking AR-15. God bless Second Amendment people. But then I'm also fighting my like EU frogs who are like, no one should have a gun. If someone invades your home, you should ask them politely to leave. Like, you know, right? I'm saying like this, chat. Like, let's do a thought experiment. It's like like philosophically speaking, do you believe in humans' rights to own a weapon of defense for self-preservation? And if the answer is yes, like to what degree? Or are you totally like, yeah, full nanny state? I give my entire life and autonomy up to the police state, right? Because I personally am of the opinion they should probably be able to own a gun or some weapon of self-defense, right? Maybe it's also because I grew up in Colorado and like there's the fucking wilderness and I want to be able to like, hey, if shit happens, I want to be able to protect myself. You're right. I'm not even saying, Chad, I'm not even like, obviously we can go down the route of like, oh, should there be policies, regulation? Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying like, before we even get to all that, like just philosophically speaking, I'm not saying if you're in the Europe or the US in some fictional world where, hey, there's a police force, there's a military. We live in a society. We're bound by societal contracts, some bullshit by Rousseau, John Locke, all that bullshit, right? I hear you. Should you be able to own a weapon personally to also defend yourself? Owning a gun doesn't give you more autonomy in relation to the state. You just explained that. No, but owning a gun gives you more autonomy in relation to an individual or to nature. Does that make sense? Right? Like if I am an individual and I own, like I'll tell you this straight up, chat. Whether it's I live in Europe or in the United States or wherever, if I have kids, I would want to own a gun. Me personally. Obviously I'd lock it away in a safe, never tell my kids I have a gun, but it's literally for the fact of in the worst case event that a home intruder comes or something occurs where I need to defend my family, not from the state, but from someone else. Or for all I know, I'm out in the fucking wilderness and it's a bear. I want to be able to defend my family and I think that's like a pretty fucking reasonable thing. But you don't really need a gun if no one has a gun. What am I gonna? What do you want me to fucking do? Take my what? You want me to take a fucking mace or a taser to a fucking grizzly bear or to some other threat to my family? Right? Like, I don't really think that's based. Also, it's like there are guns. It's like we live now. Getting out of the hypothetical now in the real world. It's like, hey, there are guns. I would want a pistol to defend my family. I feel like it's more often that people with guns have accidents and shoot their kids in a home intrusion. Probably. But even still, I'm like, I would want a fucking gun locked in the safe, right? You're never going to shoot. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to shoot someone in IRL. I think it's for like peace of mind, you know? Like, again, I'm not like, that's why I feel like I have this middle ground take where I'm like, and maybe that's why everyone hates me, right? Because I'm like, I don't really think I need a fucking AR-15 fucking red dot hollow scope extended magazine fucking 30 rounds hydraulic fucking shoulder massager, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, I also don't want to just be a fucking pussy and not be able to like, you know, not be able to be like, hey, like I would like to register myself. Okay, here's like proof of like income, good credit score, passed a psychology test. Hey, can I own this weaponry? Yes, you can. Here's a pistol. I'll abide by the instructions. I'm locking this away in a safe under my bed. Thank you so much. Right? Like, I don't think that's fucking crazy either. Americans really are weird about guns. No, I mean, like, I guarantee if you're a European, you're probably living in a fucking city, dude. I guarantee rural Europeans also, I bet you rural Europeans probably have similar takes to fucking rural Americans on this, dude. Like, bro, my friends lived in the fucking mountains. Like, of course they had fucking guns, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, dude, I actually kind of agree with this, which is like, I'm done. Politics makes me face vomiting emoji. I came for clips, not politics. What if it's a political clip? Sorry to disturb your Sunday. My bad. That dude already said he was out before. Okay, let's see. Wake me up when the politics ends. I'm done. Politics makes me sick. I came for clips, not politics. If it's SNL politics clips, that's fine. Bro, you want me to watch SNL? I'll watch the fucking terrorist clips. I'll watch fucking terrorist propaganda videos before I watch SNL. Like, dude, you know those Twitter videos where it's like, watch this person die and get fucking decapitated. It's gruesome, gory shit. Or like, watch this plane crashed. 171 people died. I would rather watch the insane algorithm shit that Twitter gives me than watch SNL. You could not pay me to watch SNL. Holy shit. Sorry if you like SNL, but that
For
shit,
15.
that's rough.